Well, hello, boys and girls and cats and kittens. Whoops. This isn't going to be as easy as I thought, because the book might trigger something as I lay it on the keyboard, and it didn't. So, chapter 27, which begins on page 926. The name of which is Nail Tips and Wraps. I usually don't get to see the name of the chapter. So, the learning objectives. After completing this chapter, you will be able to, number 1, in addition to your basic manicure table setup, identify any supplies that are needed for nail tip application and explain their use. Learning objective number 2, name and describe the 3 types of nail tips available and describe the importance of correctly fitting nail tips. Learning objective number 3, demonstrate the stop, rock, and hold method of applying nail tips. Learning objective number 4, explain a few methods of applying nail tips. Learning objective number 5, list the types of fabrics used in nail wraps and explain the benefits of using each. Learning objective number 6, describe the main difference between performing the 2-week fabric wrap maintenance and the 4-week fabric wrap maintenance. And learning objective number 7, demonstrate how to remove fabric wraps and what to avoid. So getting right into it, one of the most popular services that a cosmetologist can offer is the opportunity to wear beautiful nails in an almost endless variety of lengths and strengths. Regardless of whether a client is interested in wearing long, medium, or short nails, she may decide to have nail tips applied over her natural nails for strength and durability. Once the tip is applied, she will have an opportunity to choose from a variety of products that can be layered over the natural nail and the tip to further secure the strength of the nail and its beauty. Why study nail tips and wraps? Cosmetologists should have a thorough understanding of nail tips and wraps because offering nail extension and wrap services expands your service offerings and enables clients to have a one-stop shop experience in your salon. Learning the proper technique for applying and removing nail tips will help your client keep her natural nails in the best possible health and condition. Understanding the types and uses of nail wraps will enable you to determine the appropriate wrap for your client's specific needs. And learning how to safely and correctly apply, maintain, and remove nail tips and wraps will ensure your client's happiness and loyalty. So after reading the next few sections, you will be able to do the following 4 learning objectives. In addition to your basic manicure table setup, you'll be able to identify any supplies needed for nail tip application and explain their use. Number 2, name and describe the 3 types of nail tips available and describe the importance of correctly fitting nail tips. Number 3, you'll be able to demonstrate the stop, rock, and hold method of applying nail tips, whatever that is. Learning objective number 4, you will be able to explain a few methods of applying nail tips. Learn all you need to know about nail tips. Nail tips are plastic, pre-molded nails shaped from a tough polymer made from ABS, which is acrylonitrile butadiene styrene. God. ACRYLONITRILE. Acrylonitrile. And then butadiene, BUTADIENE, and styrene, STYRENE. So it's acrylonitrile butadiene styrene plastic, ABS. They are adhered to the natural nail to add extra length and to serve as support for nail enhancement products. Tips are combined with an overlay, a layer of any kind of nail enhancement product that is applied over the natural nail and tip application for added strength. Nail tips that do not have the reinforcement provided by the overlay are not long wearing and can break easily. In addition to the basic materials on your manicuring table, you will need an abrasive board, buffer block, tip adhesive, tip cutter, an implement similar to a nail clipper and designed for use on nail tips, nail dehydrator, a substance used to remove surface moisture and tiny amounts of oil left on the natural nail plate, and a variety of nail tips for the nail tip application. And there's a picture of all of these. Many nail tips have a shallow depression called a well that serves as the point of contact with the nail plate. There's a picture of that too. The position stop, which is the point where the free edge of the natural nail meets the tip, is where the tip is adhered to the nail. If you are using nail tips, you should use your abrasive to shape the free edges of the natural nails to match the shape of the nail tip to the stop point. This will provide a better fit and longer wear of the tip. There are various types of nail tips, including partial well, full well, and well-less, which is no well at all, no shape. Nail tips are available in many sizes, colors, and shapes, making it easy to fit each client with precisely the right size and shape tip. Tips can be purchased in large containers of 100 to 500 pieces. Hold on. As well as in various individual refill sizes. With such a wide assortment, it is easy to fit each client correctly. Make sure when fitting tips to your client that the tips you choose cover the nail plate from sidewall to sidewall exactly. Do not make the mistake of using a tip that is narrower than the nail plate. This can cause the tip to crack at the sides or split down the middle. Ew. Rather than attempting to force a too small tip onto the nail, it is better to use a slightly larger tip and use an abrasive board to tailor the tip before applying it. You can also trim and bevel the well area before applying the tip to the nail, which can save you blending time. Nail tips that are pre-beveled require much less filing on the natural nail after application. This also lessens the potential for damage to the natural nail. The bonding agent used to secure the nail tip to the natural nail is called nail tip adhesive, of all things. Adhesives can be purchased in either tubes or brush-on containers and are available in several different forms, depending on the thickness of the adhesive. For instance, gel adhesives, sometimes referred to as resin, are the thickest adhesives and require more time to dry than fast-setting thinner adhesives, which dry in about 5 seconds. Nail adhesives usually come in either a tube with a pointed applicator tip, a one-drop applicator, or as a brush-on. Use care when opening adhesive containers. Always point the opening away from your face and away from your client. Cosmetologists and their clients should always wear eye protection when using and handling nail tip adhesives. Even the smallest amount of adhesive in the eyes can be very dangerous and may cause serious injury. But did you know Do not use fingernail or toenail clippers to cut tips. Cutting the tip with these clippers will weaken the tip and cause it to crack. Use a professional tip cutter for a quick, precise cut. Application of nail tips. When using nail adhesive to apply a nail tip to a client, there are a few methods of application. For a faster, almost immediate set, place enough adhesive on the nail plate to cover the area where the tip will be placed and apply the tip to the nail. You also can use a thin brush-on adhesive and cover the entire nail, then press the tip into it. For a little more time to adjust the tip before it sets, apply the adhesive to the well of the tip and then apply to the natural nail. This will also ensure that there are fewer air bubbles trapped in the adhesive. In either instance, do not apply too much. Less is more when it comes to nail tip adhesives. Do not let adhesive run onto the skin. When securing the tip to the natural nail, use the stop, rock, and hold method to avoid air bubbles and promote proper adhesion. To perform this method, approach the edge of the nail with the tip at a 45-degree angle. As you slide the tip onto the nail, find the stop against the free edge at a 45-degree angle. Rock the tip on slowly by applying steady pressure as you push the tip down to release any air pockets. Hold the tip in place for 5 to 10 seconds until the adhesive has dried. This technique also works on, well, less tips, followed by positioning on the nail plate and holding it in place for 5 to 10 seconds until the adhesive hardens. If you applied tips with a well, you will still need additional blending. The contact area will need to be reduced with an abrasive so that the tip blends in with the natural nail. With a perfect tip application, there should be no visible line where the natural nail stops and the tip begins. To make them match with the surface of the natural nail plate, be sure to take care while filing and blending, as this step can cause damage to the natural nail if done improperly. Using a medium to fine grit file or buffing block, 180 grit or higher, carefully smooth the contact area down until it is flush with the natural nail. Make sure to keep your buffer or board flat to the nail as you blend the tip. Never hold the file at an angle because the edge of abrasive may gouge the nail plate and damage it. After you finish blending, remove the shine from the rest of the tip.